So the main centerpiece of the coffee table decor. Sarah, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite Amazon finds with you guys. So for those of you who don't know, I moved at the beginning of 2025 into a new home, and I actually revamped a lot of the decor and got a bunch of new things to make my home feel cozy and really feel like me. And I have to say, I have been absolutely loving my new place. It definitely feels like me in here. I think I found a ton of really great finds that have really enabled me to make this place my own and really bring to life the vision that I've always wanted my home to be. Also too, moving into this place, it is like a couple hundred square feet smaller than my old place. Room size wise, it actually is pretty similar, but I do have less closet space in here. I have a garage, but I don't have like a ton of closet space like actually inside my place. So I had to get creative as far as storage went for that. So a lot of the decor and furniture that I have in here also doubles as storage, which is really great for anybody else who is working with a place that has smaller storage space. Amazon has a ton of great finds for that. I am gonna do this video a little bit differently. I'm gonna actually take you guys around this place, so a little bit of like a mini tour. I'll do an official tour in a later video and actually show you guys these pieces in action in my home. But before we jump into that, I want to welcome you if you're new to my channel. I create content on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and for everyone watching, make sure to like this video and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what some of your favorite Amazon home finds are, but let's go ahead and start going through my favorites. So starting over here in the corner where I was filming is the first of two lamps that I got from Amazon. Sorry that's kind of backlit here. Let me see if it's better if I turn the other light off. Okay, you guys can get a little bit of an idea of it now. I am filming this at night because with some of the other stuff that I'm going to show you, it does give like a better effect at night. But this was the first floor lamp that I got and I really love it. I love the antique gold finish that it has. I just love the tone of this and I love the way that it goes with the decor in here. And then I also love the white lampshade. It's really simple and it distributes the light really beautifully in here. Like if I turn the light back on, you guys can see it distributes the light in a way that isn't like so direct, but still distributes it really well throughout the whole space. Next item from Amazon that I want to mention is my desk chair. I went back and forth for a little while on if I wanted to hop on the whole cross-leg desk chair, and I'm really glad that I got it. This thing is so comfortable to sit on. It's nice and wide, so like the name suggests, you can sit cross-legged on it, which is very comfortable, especially when I'm sitting here working for a decent amount of time. And just at a certain point, you know, it feels better to just cross my legs. It was easy to build, but it's very sturdy, and I love the Sherpa finish on this. I do have touches of Sherpa throughout the apartment, so it's a nice tie-in to those other decor pieces. And yeah, the wheels on it roll very smoothly. You can adjust the height really easily, and then it's finished off with the black legs on the bottom, so it's very neutral and goes with a bunch of different decor styles. The next find that I wanted to share is this little storage bench. I love this because it's neutral. It goes with the whole office space really nicely, and then also ties into the living room space as well, since it sits in between the two spaces. I just got a neutral beige color. I love the tufted top. When it comes to decor furniture, a lot of it can seem like very basic, so I love this added detail of the tufting to make it feel a little bit more elevated. But this chest is super great. It's super easy to assemble. You literally just unfold it from when it gets delivered. Took me like maybe 10 seconds to put together. And then what I like about this is that this bench actually folds in half, so you can open up just like half of it at a time. You don't have to lift the whole top to get inside if you don't want to. And then inside, there is a ton of room in here. I have so many things stored in here. It does also come with a divider, so if you wanted to put a divider down the middle, you could split the storage. I didn't opt to do that. I left it as one big chest, but it is nice that it does have that option. Then moving into the dining space, this one is a recent find that I got. I needed something to hide my reusable storage bags. I just had them here in a pile and it was driving me crazy. And I do have touches of black in this dining room, as you can see, so I wanted something that was going to be discreet and it wasn't going to be super noticeable and it wasn't going to take away from anything else in here. So I just wanted a simple black storage box, and I really like this one. I think they actually labeled it as like a large toy chest, but again, very simple to assemble. Took like 10 seconds. You just have to unfold it. It has the Velcro top on it, and then it's super deep in here. As you guys can see, I'm more than able to fit all my grocery bags in here, and then I also can fit my vacuum in here. I do have to take it apart, but this vacuum is actually super easy to take apart and put back together, which actually technically I guess this was another Amazon home find that I got for this new place. My previous vacuum broke right before I moved, so I had to get a new one, and so I grabbed this one off of Amazon. I did like a little bit of research through a few of them, and this one seems to be the best one one for like the price point I was looking at, and it actually has been really great. It's been better than the previous vacuum that I had. The suction on it is really, really wonderful, and the battery actually lasts a good amount of time, which is impressive because a lot of cordless vacuums under 100 tend to have a battery that doesn't last very long. But with this one, I think it only takes up like 15% of the battery to vacuum my whole place, which is about like 900 square feet. Granted, I'm not vacuuming up all of that 900 square feet, but it is like a decent amount of space to vacuum. So for this vacuum to be able to get through that within 15 to 20% of its battery life is actually pretty impressive. Then the other Amazon home find that's in this area is Leo's feeding bowl. So I got him a little raised feeder, and I like this one because it was a raised feeder that also had a slow feeder in it. And then it's designed so that the feeder bowl itself actually kind of like screws into this so it doesn't move. So if your dog's eating and stuff, it's not gonna like fall off or anything, and then you can take it off to wash it and stuff. But I really love this raised feeder. It's very, very simple, kind of blends into everything and isn't like too much of an eyesore. Then moving into the kitchen, the first item I want to mention is my paper towel holder. So this one is in the gold finish, again like a little bit of an antique gold. I love having these like paper towel holders that adhere to the bottom of your cabinets. That way your paper towels are off the counter. It saves you on counter space, especially if you don't have a lot of counter space, which luckily isn't something that I encountered in this kitchen, but in my old kitchen, I was very limited on counter space. So I had one of these in there, and I knew I definitely wanted to get one again for this kitchen because it's just so convenient. And like I said, it's nice to have like the additional counter space without having to worry about my paper towels like having to have a place right here. It's off the counter and a little bit out of sight. Then the next find is up here in the cabinet, and it is these risers. I have two of them. I have one in here and one in the other cabinet, but these are so great so that you can maximize the space in your cabinets. I feel like so much vertical space gets lost depending on what you're storing. So having risers like this to make kind of like a second shelf definitely helps so much to like save on space and be able to store even more. The risers especially came in handy in this one because this cabinet space was definitely taller, and with this being like the mug area, I was losing out on a lot of space, not being able to do another layer of mugs. So getting this in was a game changer because my mugs were not fitting in here before, but ever since I got the riser in here, now all of my mugs fit perfectly. The next Amazon find is this little sponge caddy. I will say this did end up being a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. You guys can see my hand next to it. You can see it to scale with the sponge daddy. I thought that this was gonna be a bit smaller, but it's fine. I just wanted something that would fit my sponge daddy. I did try to get the sponge daddy caddy, but it would not stick to my stainless steel. I don't know what was up with it, and I read other reviews, and apparently that caddy just refuses to stick. So I decided to go with this, and this has been really nice because it has the little spout, so it'll just drain right out into the sink as the sponge is drying. It also has these grooves, so if you have a smaller sponge, you can stick it upright in here, and then it also has these like bristles, so if you need to like scrape off your sponge or anything, you can do that as well. Then there are a couple things in the fridge that I wanted to mention. Both of them are up on the shelf. First one is my beverage dispenser. I have a little bit of an addiction to sparkling waters, and when I got this fridge, one of the things I was sad about losing out from my old fridge was the fact that my old fridge did have a little can dispenser. So I decided I wanted to get one of these little guys that have the little springs so that I could load up and organize a bunch of sparkling waters into this dispenser to keep it nice and organized in the fridge. And then the other fridge item I wanted to mention, this one is a little bit older, but I'm obsessed with it. It is my egg dispenser. I really like this because I go through a lot of eggs. I love eggs for breakfast, and right now I have like too many eggs for the dispenser, so I need to leave the carton in, but obviously when the carton's in here, it takes up a decent amount of room versus this one, since it's like a 2-level dispenser, it takes up less width in your fridge. And then again, usually if you know you're working with an egg carton or something, you don't typically want to stack stuff on top of it, so you're losing out on vertical space. This one is nice because like I said, it saves you on space with the width, but also utilizes that vertical space that otherwise would have been dead space. Then lastly, in the kitchen, this one is a little bit of an older item, but it is my runner. This is, I believe, a 8-foot runner, and it fits perfectly in this kitchen. When I saw this galley kitchen, I knew immediately that I was gonna put the runner in here, and I just love that the length worked out to be the perfect length. I am obsessed with this runner. First off, it is washable, so if I wanted to lift it off the floor and throw it into the wash, I easily could. I also love the green on this. It just like adds a little bit of color into this space. I've been very into adding touches of green around my place, so I feel like this green works really beautifully because it's not like so bright of a green that it would clash with anything, but it still adds that little little extra element of color, but still keeps that like earthy element that I've been going for. Then moving into the living room, please excuse Leo's toys. We know he loves to play with his toys. The first item that I have to mention is an older item, but I love it so much that I feel weird doing an Amazon home favorites and not mentioning it again. But it's this faux rabbit fur blanket. I am obsessed with this blanket. Honestly, this blanket is a little bit dangerous. I will warn you, once you put it on you, you may fall asleep. So be warned, but I love the texture of this blanket. I just think that it's so beautiful, especially for the fact that it was, I believe it was like around $50. So it wasn't too expensive, which I feel like is a decent price for a lot of like the faux rabbit fur blankets that I've seen. The texture on this looks absolutely beautiful. I love the coloring on it, how it's like a white fur with the brown tips. It just gives it like a little bit of like a more authentic feel. And then the underside of this is this like smooth material that I feel like really balances out the fur on top. It's crazy. You would think that you would get really hot in a faux fur blanket, but I never really do in this. And I think it's because of the smooth bottom side. Then next, moving on to my coffee table. I just did this coffee table if you missed it on the vlogs, and I got a few items from Amazon that have just like styled this coffee table exactly how I had envisioned it. So the main centerpiece of the coffee table decor is this genuine marble tray. I was obsessed with this marble tray the second I saw it. I just love the way that it's like this chunky marble that's a mix of light and dark marble. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, very, very unique, very stunning. And this is a really, really good quality marble tray. It's very, very heavy and it's all carved in one piece. This edge is not glued on top. It's carved out of like one piece of marble. So it's going to be very sturdy. This is the type of decor piece that's going to last you for years and years and years. And then to style it, I was very, very intentional with the textures that I was going to put on it, because this can end up looking very modern and very contemporary. And as you guys can see from like the decor in my space, I did want to stay more earthy. So to pull that, I got these travertine coasters, and I really love these because they're a fun hexagon shape. I was trying to go back and forth with if I wanted to do a round coaster or a square coaster on this tray, and I saw this shape and I was like, oh, that's perfect. I feel like it's kind of the perfect in between, but it's also a little bit unexpected and unique. And it did come with the little holder. I did go back and forth on if I wanted to do it because, again, I didn't want this to like end up going too modern or contemporary, but I feel like the gold just kind of added a nice little pop in here. And then to bring in a little bit more earthiness, I did want to add some greenery. So I got these faux silver dollar eucalyptus leaves, and I love the texture on these. These are finished on both sides, so they're gonna feel and look as close as possible to the real thing. I didn't want to get real eucalyptus because it's not good for Leo, just like having eucalyptus in the air. So I knew I wanted to stick with faux. And then also too, the other added benefit to doing faux is that these look fresh. If I had gone with real eucalyptus, it would have eventually dried out, and I could have either changed it out or left it dried. But the thing is, like, once it's dried, it does lose some of the green. So going with faux just kind of ensured that I would be able to keep that like lush, lively, more vibrant green look, as opposed to spending a ton of money switching them out constantly or ending up with dried dead ones. And then also another Amazon favorite in this area is my rug. Again, this one is washable, and I got this one in the 5x7 size, and it's just been the perfect size to kind of fit into this nook here with my couch. I opted for this gray and cream one, and I really love the way it defines the area but still keeps it very light and airy. Also too, a nice thing with this rug is that it actually is designed to have like more of a vintage feel. So it's designed to look more worn in. So as areas get like a little bit dirty and stuff, even though this is a lighter rug, the rug design itself kind of disguises that. Like you guys can see, there are some areas here where there's like some darker areas to make it look worn. So even as the rug like wears in real life, that kind of gets camouflaged and disguised just by that design. Then moving on to the console area. First up, the console itself was an Amazon find. I am obsessed with this console. It looks so expensive, and I feel like it just really makes the room. Fun story, I actually was gonna go with a different console, and I was heartbroken that it was sold out, and I had to pivot, and I knew I needed a console. So I just kind of like last minute found a couple that I was thinking of. My friend helped me pick one out. This is the one I ended up picking, and I am so grateful that the original one that I wanted had been sold out at the time. It actually did come back into stock right when I ordered this one, and I debated for a second going with the original one I wanted, but I am glad that I ended up going with this one because, again, like I said, I feel like it looks so expensive. It doesn't look like your typical Amazon furniture. It's got these really great design details like this fluted front, and it's also got these like antiqued brass handles that are such a beautiful detail. And then look at the storage space in here. This is so deep. I haven't even like started to scratch the surface on the amount of storage space that's in this console because my place does not have a lot of closet space. I don't have a linen closet and I have a very, very small closet in my bedroom. So I need as much storage space as possible, which is why storage within my furniture or the pieces that I got for this place has been so important. So it's super nice that these are very, very deep and provide me with so much additional storage. And then in this cabinet, there is a find that I wanted to show you guys. So in order to keep my rugs from sliding everywhere, because I do have tile, I discovered these grippers for my rugs and these are freaking amazing. These are the best rug grippers that you will ever find. So you just put them on the corners of your rugs and it has one side that goes on the rug and then one side that goes on the floor, and these will stick to your rug like basically for forever. It does say that if you are going to wash your rugs, like if you have a washable rug like this one, you would just wash it with the gripper on it, and the gripper should still work when you put it back on the floor. But these are so good. Like your rug is not going anywhere. It really grips the floor, so your rug isn't going to slide at all. So the second you put these down with your rug is there in place for life. Another Amazon find on this console table is this concrete bowl. I have wanted one of these bowls for so long. I did go ahead and invest in this one a little bit. It wasn't like hundreds of dollars or anything, but it definitely was a little bit more than I intended to spend on it. But I am glad that I went ahead and got the one that I wanted because I love this. The quality on it is amazing. It's so good. The texture on it is perfect. It's not too matte and it's not too shiny. It kind of falls in that perfect like natural kind of texture. It's also very, very weighty, so this is gonna last for a really, really long time. And the size on it is perfect. It takes up the space really, really nicely without being overwhelming. Next up is the other lamp that I bought for this place. This one is in more of like a brushed gold, and I had just realized that with how much light I like to have in my place, I needed a second lamp, and I wanted something that was gonna give me like a ton of light. So I started looking into these like industrial lamps that have the glass shade, and I really, really love the aesthetic of this. I like the pop of the modern / industrial look with the very like cozy earthy vibe that I have going on in here, because I feel like it just gives the decor a little bit of a different element. Not anything too out there, but I feel like even though it's like a very different style of decor, it still complements the rest and gives it some contrast. And then for this lamp, I got a smart bulb. This one is the Govee smart bulb. I can't remember the exact model off the top of my head, but I knew I wanted one that looked like the original industrial light bulb that this one came with. I don't know how well you guys can see because it's kind of blown up by the camera, but obviously since the shade was gonna be glass and you could see right through it, I knew that you would be able to see the light bulb. So I wanted to get a light bulb that was gonna be somewhat aesthetically pleasing, and this one really, really is. It kind of like looks like a swirl inside, but this one is powered with my app and I can do a million different colors with it. Right now it's actually on the nighttime mode. I think my camera is adjusting, so it looks a lot more cool toned than it is in here. This nighttime setting has it on dim and also with like a warmer lighting that's just like very, very calming. And actually I'll go ahead and turn out the other light. I think you guys will be able to see it better. I turned the other light off. Again, still my camera is adjusting to pull it cooler than it really is, but you guys can definitely get more of an idea of the vibe that it's giving. And then the lights out actually shows off one of the other favorites that I wanted to show you guys in this room, which is my flameless candles. So I have some set up down here, which kind of almost creates a little bit of like a faux fireplace kind of a vibe without it actually being a faux fireplace. I know that it's not, but it kind of almost feels like there could be a fireplace right here, right underneath the TV, which would make sense. Also too, come Christmas time, these flameless candles are gonna be like probably my favorite thing ever. But yeah, these ones came in a set of 9. So I have 4 set up in here and then 5 set up over there, over by my mirror. And it's such a great vibe in here at night. I'll turn off all the lights except for this one lamp in the corner that I have on this good night setting with the candles flickering. It's so nice. It just creates such the perfect environment to like unwind and relax before bedtime. And then I did also want to mention these are controlled by a remote, so I can just easily turn them off and on whenever I'm ready for them or at the end of the night. And then these also have a timer, so if I feel like I'm in danger of falling asleep out here, I can set this timer so that the candles will automatically turn off at the different increments. I can also have them change to light where they're not going to flicker, and then candle, which is the flicker. I always leave it on candle because I love the flickering. And then I can also adjust the brightness with this. Then the last find that I wanted to show you guys in the living room is technically the pot of my olive tree, because I got my olive tree off of TikTok shop, but I did find this exact olive tree on Amazon, so I will link it as well. But This olive tree has been like the focal point of my living room. It's completely made the living room. That was like one of my things when I moved in here, was like, I'm getting an olive tree. I've always wanted one, and I love this one. Obviously it's a faux one, but the detail on it is so good. It like looks pretty realistic, even down to the trunk and stuff. So I really recommend this one if you've been wanting to incorporate an olive tree into your decor. But like I said, I did get the pot from Amazon as well. I knew I wanted to go with a concrete pot, and I didn't want something that was going to be too big, because when I was mapping out this living room, I just wasn't sure about the space, but I still wanted something that was going to fit the olive tree, and this one ended up being perfect. I believe this one is 10 centimeters in diameter, and it's a concrete looking pot, but it's actually fiberglass, so it's going to be lighter to handle, but still very durable. Then moving into the bedroom, my rug for the bedroom is another Amazon find, again incorporating pops of green. So obviously, as opposed to the runner, this green rug is lighter. This one I would say definitely pulls a lot more neutral than that one, but you can still definitely tell that it's green, and I just really love the design on it. It was also a really good price for the fact that I got it in the 8 by 10 foot size, which usually will cost you a decent amount of money, but this one I believe was definitely under $150. It actually might have been under $100. I just remember like being shocked at the price that I got it for. It's definitely less fluffy than the one that's out in the living room, but I'm totally okay with that. I think it still feels nice and soft on my feet, and I was willing to sacrifice a little bit on the fluffiness of it so that I could get a bigger size, because it was more important to me to cover more of the floor in the bedroom than in the living room. So this one did end up covering up the majority of my floor, as you guys can see. So if you have a room that has like a lot of hardwood or tile and you want to make it cozy, this rug is absolutely perfect. And it also is washable as well. If I really wanted to, I could throw this in a washer, but it's so big, I don't foresee myself ever doing that, and also I'd have to move my bed. But speaking of my bed, another Amazon favorite that I got, like I said, I need extra storage in this space, so I got these under bed storage bins, and I have been absolutely loving these. A lot of the times there tends to be like unused space underneath your bed, so getting some storage bins for underneath it is definitely a great way to utilize that. These ones did come with wheels, but unfortunately they were too tall for my bed when I put the wheels on, so I didn't do wheels, but they actually slide really easily, so it wasn't that big. These ones have the clear top. Oh, there's Leo. Hi, buddy. And then these ones are also really durable because they're metal, so they're definitely gonna last you for forever, and they fit a lot of stuff. Then up next we have the ottoman at the end of my bed. Again, more functional storage, so this doubles up both as a bench. I can sit on here to put my shoes on it. I could even like film here if I wanted to in front of my bed, but this one has a ton of storage inside. It's super deep, so this is where I keep my extra sheets, and then also my extra blanket, and then there's also some random things like my ears for Disneyland and stuff like that. But this one came in this beautiful Sherpa. Again, just touches of boucle / Sherpa throughout, just to keep it with like the earthy vibe, but incorporate a cozy element in. And again, this one was really easy to assemble. You just unfold it after it comes in, takes 30 seconds, and you have a storage ottoman for the end of your bed. The next Amazon find is my garment rack. Again, my closet is really small, so I needed to get creative with how I was storing my clothes. This garment rack actually is older. I've had this for a few years, but I know it's still available on Amazon. The reason why I wanted to include it in this video is because you guys haven't seen it for years, because it was stuffed into the old spare room for the longest time, just like taking up space. But I wanted to show it again and mention it to you guys, because now it actually is like a functional piece that I've been using. I love this garment rack because not only does it give me more space in my closet, but it's also aesthetic. It's not like having one of those like black and silver garment racks just sitting out in my room. I love the natural wood on here with the white. I think that definitely elevates the space while also being a functional piece. Then my next find was a safety find, which I actually need to go ahead and do. So these are burglar bars, and these are freaking amazing. So basically you stick them on a sliding door or a window, and you can't open them even if like you left the window or the door unlocked. I got the one that comes in a set of 2, so I did 2 on my sliding door, but honestly 1 is effective on its own. I just wanted to be extra secure, and I had a second one, so I thought why not. But yeah, if you guys have like a sliding door and you just like want extra security, or you just want extra security on your windows, these are freaking awesome. Definitely recommend. Then in the closet, I wanted to go through just a couple of organizers that I really like. This is my my entire closet space. This is what I mean by I don't have a ton of closet space, especially for me who has a lot of clothes. So I do have to get kind of creative with my storage. These are older finds. I've mentioned them before, but again, because I'm talking about like organizers and storage savings, I wanted to mention them again. So this one is just like a hanging organizer, and I use this one for like my lounge pants and shorts and stuff. This one's also great for sweaters. I used to do that at my old place, but yeah, you can store so much in here, and these are actually really, really sturdy. I've had this, I think, for like 3 years or something, and they're great. They haven't broken apart. I stuff them pretty full. I get them pretty heavy, and it's still in really, really good condition. And it does have a couple of pouches on the side. For me personally, I have like beanies and gloves in here, and then my steamer in here. But yeah, if you've like been trying to figure out a way to store sweatpants, sweaters, denim shorts, things like that, and you don't have space in your dresser and you don't want to hang them, this is a really, really good solution. And then these storage boxes are another favorite that I really like for like organizing my smaller closet. It just keeps everything kind of in line, but I like that it's clear so that I can see in the front. These are technically, I think they are labeled as shoe boxes. You could do like a couple pairs of shoes in them, but I do mine for my clutches. And then in here I have scarves, and then this is like belts and extra sunglasses, and it's just a magnetic front, so it just opens like that and then just closes right up. Then in the bathroom I have 2 organizers I wanted to share with you guys. So the first one, this one came in a set of 4, and I have the other 2 underneath the sink, but they're from the brand VTop Mart, and these ones are like their larger storage bins, and these are like little storage drawers. These are great because you can stack them. I unfortunately did not have room to go above, but I'll figure out other things to store up here, probably just more products, but they're super, super deep. So as you guys can see, it can fit like my shampoo standing up and stuff like that. Tons of storage space in these. And then I also have the smaller one. I use this one for my laundry pods, and then this actually comes in a set of 2. The other one is actually underneath the kitchen sink, and it holds like some Swiffer dusters, but these ones are great as well if you need something for like smaller storage. And I also used to do my detergent pods and stuff in these. Then the next favorite that I wanted to share with you guys are my shelves. So these shelves really came in clutch. I originally wanted to do the clear acrylic shelves, but unfortunately, because this right here is a pocket door, I couldn't put an anchor into the wall. I couldn't put it in a screw that was too big. So I was trying to figure out what to do, and I saw like the idea of hanging shelves, and I liked that, but I was like having a hard time still finding some because a lot of them required screws. But these ones came with, I think these were called hook anchors or something like that. They're just 4 little pins that you hammer into the wall, and then it has a hook so you can hang the shelves off of it. And I believe that these shelves with the hook anchors can hold up to 15 pounds, and these don't go that deep into the wall, but they redistribute the weight, so you don't need to use an anchor or like a really, really long screw or anything. They're gonna redistribute the weight in a way that it'll hold everything. Then my last favorite is in the shower, and it is the shower caddies. You guys can see I'm very lucky to have this absolutely stunning shower, but there's not like a ton of storage space in it. I do love this cutout. This cutout is great, and honestly for the average person it's more than enough storage space, but I am clearly psychotic with product, so I needed more, and I saw these on Amazon. These are actually adhesive, and then the shower caddies hang off of them. These can hold up to, I think it said 20 pounds, which is really, really impressive. The reason why I like these is because they came with these like little side containers. So I have the taller one here for my razors, and then there's one up here that you can use for bar soap. I do extra shower weights in there because my shower curtain billows a lot, so sometimes I need to put extra shower weights on. But yeah, these shower caddies are perfect if you're looking for more shower storage, but you want something that's not going to take away from like the aesthetic of your shower. And then also too, especially if you have like a tile shower, these ones work really, really well. And I almost forgot, there's one more favorite, and that is my shower head. Again, technically I did get it off of TikTok Shop, that's why I almost skipped it, but they do sell it on Amazon as well, so I wanted to share it. So this one is a filtered shower head. The little white bar there over time will like, I guess, turn brown, and that'll let me know when to change out the shower filter. The difference in my hair ever since showering with filtered water has been incredible. It's completely changed the game for my hair. My hair feels softer, it feels sleeker, it feels so much healthier without like all of those hard deposits in the water. It's also kept my blonde brighter, so I'm very happy you about that. So if you've been having issues where your hair is like not feeling great and you have hard water, definitely try getting a shower head that filters. Also too, this one's really awesome because you guys can see the little spikes hanging off. That is actually a scalp massager. So I can like take that off and really work those teeth into my scalp for a little scalp massage or to work product in. And then also too, the pressure on the shower head is incredible. It's probably some of the best water pressure that I've ever experienced. So cannot recommend this one enough. All right, you guys, well that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my Amazon home favorites. As always, if you guys are interested in anything, I will have everything that I mentioned linked in the description down below along with my Amazon storefront, so make sure to go ahead and check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment, and I love you. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon again in my next video. Bye.